A Tale of Two Names for Benjamin, an original poem by KaNikki, Jakarta, the first Black poet laureate of Alexandria, Virginia. You were Benjamin Thompson, or Benjamin Thomas, lynched in Alexandria, Virginia on August 8, 1899, due to a very crime during a time when the papers didn't care enough to print your name right. That night, the story seems a bit blurry between blurred lines of testimony of what really took place. Your history is traced 121 years and still unclear. Did Lillian walk by your house or come to your door to borrow an axe? Did she flee in an outcry after an attack? Was she with her younger brother or was she alone? Did Lillian indeed come to your home? I read enough Black history of lynchings and tragedies to know that even with the testimony of blatant discrepancies, justice would not be the outcome. Accusers' accusations could have a Black person hung. Who cares if these stories were accurate? Who cares about the truth when the mission of the accuser is to kill the Black youth? They painted you as a horrible person, shot you in the heart, and hung you from a lamppost in an attempt to burn out your light. But there were protesters of Black people willing to fight for your life. The writer stated that when they learned of this accusation, the white community was enraged. No writings about your mind state or anything you said while you were encaged. Breaking into the jail and taking your life was the white mob's intent, while falsehood spread that the Black community was willing to kill white residents. There was a man named Albert Green who was jailed when he tried to intervene. The journalist wrote that they didn't think that you would be lynched, especially since Lillian and her parents were the only witnesses. How frightening it must have been listening and wondering why, and having to sit silently with no chance to testify. I'm not sure if you were 16 or 20 in your final days, because the writers also didn't care to verify your age. To them, you were just another Black boy, killed 2 years after they murdered Joseph McCoy. I'm certain that living in the city, Joseph's murder was a tragedy of which you knew, and never in your imagination you would think this would happen to you. Throughout the city of the Black community demanded your protection and was willing to help in your defense. And here we are 12 decades later to hold your name in remembrance. You didn't deserve to die this way, leaving your mother heartbroken and in grief. Unfortunately, your story doesn't leave us in utter disbelief. You deserve to be the person to create your own legacy, yet you are another fallen ancestors in our tragic history. We will pour libations and hold you in the light and say your name is Thomas and Thompson in an attempt to get it right. We will make people aware of the injustice that was done to you and say you lived until you were murdered and leave that to be true. These sad murder stories is a part of the city of Alexandria's DNA and affect what Alexandria was and continue to affect Alexandria today. We celebrate your life and create a memorial for you, Benjamin, and mourn at the loss of who you could have been.